Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. Well, just to be clear, I haven't seen Wakanda Forever. I'm planning to see it. I saw the first film. I only saw it for Michael B. Jordan, frankly, but I actually enjoyed it. It started off a bit slow. It was a bit dry in parts, but it built up. And by the end, I actually cared about what happened to the characters. I was actually worried for the characters when they were fighting, and that's not something I can say for any of the recent Marvel films where I didn't care about what happened to anyone. But of course, Chadwick Boseman passed, and then they had to do a sequel, and there was a lot of debate about what they would do. Would they recast? What would they do? And there's a lot of criticism of the film, also a lot of praise, and it does seem to be a very tribal thing. You have the people who hate it just rallying and just going on and on about how it's going to destroy the world. It hates men, it hates boys, it hates everything. It's going to destroy the universe. And then you have the other side who are like, it's the best film ever, it's going to save the world, it's going to change the world. And I don't think the film actually deserves any of the praise or the vitriol that it's getting. It's probably quite a average film that doesn't really deserve either of the attention it's getting from either side, but it's because people are rallying to and speaking to their bases, and they've got agendas, and that's what they're sort of going on about, and it's a tribal thing, and both sides are going hard on it, and it's just really kind of bizarre and fascinating to watch. Now, probably the most bizarre rant was Mexican Iron Man. Now, Mexican Iron Man is one of the, I won't call him a diversity shield, but he's one of the people that like Midnight's Edge, the Fandom Menace, Geeks and Gamers, they have this thing where they're, in my opinion, they're a bunch of white supremacists and alt-right Yahtzees. And in order to sort of get around that, they recruit minorities and people of colour and women who will basically defend them and say, oh, no, they're not misogynistic, they're not racist. See, they let me in their little group, they let me in the house, so I'm allowed to be part of this, so they're not any of those bad things, when really they are. And it's just a matter of when they eventually, become the white overlords, it's like these people seem to think that somehow they'll be the exception, like they'll be the house slaves, they won't be out in the field. But no, they're going to put you out in the field with all the rest, and it's just going to be the white people in the house, so you really need to get a clue. But these people, they'll rally on about how, like Mexican Iron Man was going on and on about how, the white people are treated so bad in this film, it's so racist, the poor white people. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? And he was so misogynistic. He was just going on and on about how, in his opinion, the non-male people could never be on the same level as the male people. I'm not going to quote him exactly, because you can't really quote people and have it taken in context. And what he was saying was so misogynistic and so sexist and offensive, I'm not going to repeat it. But just going on and on about how the non-male people could never be leaders or could never be, who they are in the film. And it's just so bizarre to see all these alpha males, the toxic males, go on and on about the betas and the cuck men and all this, and they're so threatened by the women and anyone, contesting their perceived dominance of like the world. They think that they're the alpha males and they rule the world, and everyone else is just supposed to be subservient or something, and they're just delusional, and they're so insecure, because you don't see real alpha males threatened by women or gay men or other males. You just don't. I mean, you don't see someone like Jason Momoa bothered by a female co-star playing as big a role or as strong a part. You don't see The Rock being bothered. But what you do see is these stereotypical little men, and I won't body shame, but these stereotypical men who just are so threatened by anyone and anything. They get so angry and they have to rant and rage because they feel powerless and helpless, because this perceived control and dominance that they have of the world and pop culture and society, everything is slowly being chipped away. And other people, like gay men, like trans women, like trans men, like just regular women, all these people are just taking part and having roles. And the criticism of this film is that it's basically Wakanda is a matriarchy, and it's all females, and it's feminist driven, and there's no males in the film. All the males are weak or stupid or something. Now, I haven't seen it. I don't know if this is true. It does look like it's majority female cast, and there does seem to be only a couple of black men and a couple of white men who have prominent roles, but I don't know. And if that's the case, I'm not opposed with a feminist film that has a matriarchal society and women are the main sort of, that doesn't bother me. But if it's already established and then you change it, that never really, comes over well. So, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to watch it tonight, I think, because I kind of want to know. I mean, these people who trash it, they just make you want to see it to see if what they're saying is true or to prove them wrong. So I'm probably going to watch it tonight because of that. But I just had to comment on the reviews and the critics and all the reaction and carry on about the film, because it's just totally exaggerated and over the top on both sides. And reality is probably somewhere in the middle with the centrists and that, which is what I am. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.